LG C10 and the Samsung Q800T are two of the best TVs you can buy in 2020 for gaming. One is a 4K OLED and the other is an 8K QLED. And in this video we're going to put them head to head to see which one is better for gaming. So stick around. Perfect. Hey guys, it's the Villaman here, home theater enthusiast and lover of all things tech. Now on this channel we review, demo and compare audio and video tech that entertains you. So if you're new here and you're into that and you like awesome videos, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride. So since I have both TVs in for review and the next gen consoles are right around the corner, granted it's a pretty long corner, but anyways. So since I have them here, I wanted to test high frame rate gaming on both of them individually and head to head. So depending on when you're watching this, you can see the OLED or the QLED gaming demo solo to see what they're fully capable of, or this video which has them going head to head. So since neither the PS4 nor the Xbox One X can really push these TVs at 120 frames per second at high resolution, I'll be using my editing PC, which is no slouch when it comes to gaming either. Now the PC is running a 3950X processor, 128 gigs of RAM, and a Vega 64 graphics card with 8 gigabytes of HBM2 memory. It's strange, when I had both TVs connected to the graphics card, I couldn't get HDR working, so for this test we'll be running at 2560 by 1440 with HDR off. When I tested both TVs individually, I had no problems running at a higher resolution with HDR on. At this resolution, the frame rate will hover anywhere between 40 to 60 frames per second, and since the graphics card supports FreeSync, I can test how the QLED performs with it, while the OLED does not support FreeSync at this moment, so it will not have that benefit. I think these guys are really trying to kill me. These things are like zombie piñatas, they're just stuffed with treats. Let's put these two side by side a bit closer so we can directly compare how the image looks between both of them. The first thing you notice is the stark contrast difference between both TVs. There's also no delay in the images on both TVs, so they have comparable input lag. This guy just refuses to die. Why won't you die? Even in this view, you can see where the OLED has some screen tearing when the scenes get really hectic. During regular gameplay, you might not be able to notice it, but there is some screen tearing on the OLED, as you can see in this freeze frame right here. Next up, we'll be testing Forza Horizon 4 also at 1440p resolution but at 120 frames per second. And again, it will also not have HDR enabled because when I had both TVs connected, HDR just wouldn't work properly. I think this night racing scene is a great example of not only the contrast performance of each of these TVs, but also the black level performance. We can see that the details on the left on the QLED are a lot more pronounced in the shadows than they are on the right hand side on the OLED. And though they both have great highlight and specular highlight detail, you can just see more easily on the QLED on the left than you can on the OLED on the right. Although this game is not an HDR source at the moment, the performance is similar to what you'd find in HDR.
Hook it left, but keep your foot down. Cue pursuit vehicle. Yeah, the baddie's in a jet plane, so what? You just keep that needle in the red. Maybe do some evasive maneuvers. And the baddie's overshot you and your hero is safe. For now. Good. This is all good stuff. Don't relax, kid. We're not done. Keep it loose and fast up the hill, then back down. Still got the jump to do. The road's blocked off ahead, so you're going to cut across the field. They'll add something in post. Crashed alien ship or something. It's all marked out for camera coverage, okay? You just line it up, floor it, and pray. Hey, eyes forward. Ignore the camera. Try to look heroic. And that is a wrap.
Now, there is no question, both of these TVs are absolutely great for gaming. Now, at the time of this video, in July, the QLED supports FreeSync and VRR, while the OLED supports G-Sync and VRR. The OLED will be getting a FreeSync update at a future date. At this point, it has not been implemented yet. There's a fair amount of tearing when gaming on the OLED, and I was also surprised to see some on the QLED also, since it has FreeSync. But as you saw in the video, input lag is pretty much a non-issue, and as far as image quality is concerned, they both look absolutely great. Now, the QLED, per usual, was brighter than the OLED and had more details in the shadows, while the OLED was more contrasty and had more perceived saturation. The image on both of them had a really good HDR pop, so that's definitely not something to be concerned about. I think you can't go wrong choosing any of these TVs for gaming. I think something else should be the deciding factor because they both perform absolutely great for gaming. That said, I wouldn't use the OLED as a PC monitor because I think there's just too many static elements, and even though burn-in isn't as big a deal as it was before because there are so many ways to mitigate it that the TV does automatically, but having a desktop with so many static elements I think is a worst case scenario and it may lead to some burn-in. But for regular gaming multiple hours a day, I wouldn't be concerned really. Stay tuned for the full review of both of these TVs where I'll share my full thoughts, and also make sure to come back for coverage of the other 2020 4K TVs. I'm going to be looking at even more of them this year than I did last year, so make sure to stick around for that. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the comparison and what TV you plan to buy. I have links to everything mentioned in the video in the description, so check it out. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood Villaman saying be safe and peace.